Dear Mike, hey, what's up, man? It's me. I mean you, but 21 years old. How old are you now? Seventh grade? Like 13, right? Is it basketball season now? How are Nate and Chris doing? You're probably wondering why I'm sending you this right now. Probably all confused and stuff. I just wanted to tell you to hang in there, man. I know you've been catching a lot of grief lately about rocking those J's and bumping that new car to 3. Those people are hating, man. You're good. Keep doing you. Who cares if you're white? They wish they had the Spizikes anyway. That country music is weak, you know that. Man, to tell you the truth, I still don't like country music, but I tried listening to it for a while. Yeah, had some guys telling me all the time that I was trying to act black. I didn't understand them back then, and I know you don't either. I let it get to my head. Everybody was wearing Sperry's. They didn't like the retros, I guess. I'm telling you, man, don't trip though. Keep your head up and be proud of what you like. Be proud of who you are. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, because one day you're going to find out you were good all along. Look at us today. Man, I'm talking to you right now from an iPhone 7. You probably still have a sidekick. We made it though. I'm 21 years old now. I'm a junior at U of L, go Cars. I'm studying communications and marketing right now. I'm also a sales and service representative for a public bank here in Louisville. Honestly, I'm sending you this today to tell you to not let prejudiced people stereotype you away from being what you want to be. One day you're going to realize that not everybody is going to like you. And that's okay as long as you like you. It's 2016, almost 2017, and this world is still very crazy. I know you see it at school every day, but racism is still real. Obama's not president anymore. In fact, the complete opposite of Obama is. Our country just elected the biggest joke of them all, and I won't even spoil it for you because honestly, you probably want to stay in 2008. Sheesh. I wish I could go back to 2008 myself sometimes. But this semester I made a great decision, and I decided to take African American Communications 275. I've learned so much about identity and race this year that I've just got to tell you about it. If you haven't figured it out yet, we are white privileged. Oh, you don't know what that is yet? Here, let me tell you a little bit about how I learned that I am white privileged. There were a lot of really good readings that I was able to learn a lot from in this course, but the one reading that specifically stood out to me was Peggy McIntosh's White Privilege, Unpacking the Invisible Knapsack. I was especially drawn into one section on page 126 where McIntosh partially explained how white privilege has shaped our society's standards. McIntosh states, from a white privilege perspective, I see a pattern running through the matrix of white privilege, a pattern of assumptions which were passed on to me as a white person. There was one piece of cultural turf. It was my own turf, and I was among those who could control the turf. My skin color was an asset for any move I was educated to want to make. I could think of myself as belonging in major ways, and of making social systems work for me. I could freely disparage, fear, neglect, or be oblivious to anything outside of the dominant cultural forms. Being of the main culture, I could also criticize it fairly free. Man, I still remember how that snippet made me feel when I read it months ago. It was assumed that at a young age, I would just conform to the societal norms of a privileged white person because that's what was passed to me. It was also assumed that I would communicate and dress like those who were the same shade of skin as I am. Then I thought to myself, I am able to alter my own appearance and make the social system work for me. But what about those who aren't white? I guess they aren't privileged? And just like McIntosh said, coming from the main culture, I also have the ability to easily criticize the main culture. In this course, I have learned that I am privileged, and that isn't how it should be. Look, I know you get down or whatever when people don't understand why you wear the clothes you wear or why you only like rap, but it's not you or the clothes. It's them. That unjust treatment and control you are starting to see by those privileged, man, that's labeled as oppression. The white privileged society has institutionalized racism into a social norm. Don't be afraid to break that social norm. I know it isn't right that you're catching heat about some shoes they wish they could pull off, but what really isn't right is letting anyone in your presence discriminate against others when you could have made a difference. Don't forget, you always have the ability to criticize the main culture.